Hey everyone, and welcome back to Mighty Habits. I'm your host, Steven, and I'm so excited to be here with you today as we take a deep dive into some really fascinating ideas. We're going to be kind of exploring this really interesting relationship between science skepticism and I guess our human tendency to believe in things that might seem a little bit out there. So we're going to be using The Demon-Haunted World by Carl Sagan as our guide for this journey. And, you might be thinking, wait a minute, science and the supernatural, don't those two things kind of clash? And that's exactly what makes this so intriguing. The line between what we believe and how we come to believe it isn't always as clear as we'd like to think. We humans were drawn to stories. We've been sharing tales of mythical creatures, unexplained phenomena, and mysteries of the universe for centuries. It's almost like storytelling is built into our DNA. But here's where things get really interesting. Today, information comes at us from all directions at lightning speed. So it's more important than ever to sharpen our critical thinking skills.
We need to be able to sift through all the noise, separate fact from fiction, and ask ourselves, what's the evidence? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Does being skeptical mean we have to abandon our sense of wonder? And I would say absolutely not. In fact, Carl Sagan, a brilliant scientist and passionate advocate for embracing the mysteries of the universe, argued that science itself is a source of awe and wonder. He saw science as a way to explore the unknown with curiosity and humility, not to shut down our imagination. Just imagine for a second a world where every creak in the house is a ghost, every shadow a lurking monster. That would be a world ruled by fear and superstition, wouldn't it? But when we approach the world with a healthy dose of skepticism, we start to see patterns, understand cause and effect, and make more informed decisions. We don't have to jump to supernatural conclusions to find meaning and wonder in our experiences. Take, for instance, the idea of alien abductions. It's a captivating concept, right? And there are people who genuinely believe they've encountered extraterrestrial beings. But when we apply a skeptical lens, we start to ask critical questions. Is there any physical evidence to support these claims? Are there other more plausible explanations? Could psychological factors like sleep paralysis or false memories be playing a role? Now, let me be clear. Skepticism isn't about dismissing people's beliefs or experiences. It's about encouraging a thoughtful, reasoned approach to what we encounter in the world. It's about saying, okay, let's examine the evidence, consider alternative explanations, and approach these claims with an open but discerning mind. And here's the beautiful thing about skepticism. It doesn't diminish the wonder of the universe, it actually enhances it. When we approach the world with both skepticism and curiosity, we're constantly learning, discovering, and refining our understanding. We can appreciate the vastness of the cosmos, the complexity of nature, and the incredible power of the human mind, all without falling prey to unfounded beliefs. And that's what makes this topic so relevant today, wouldn't you agree? In an age of misinformation and fake news, cultivating healthy skepticism is more important than ever. We need to be able to question what we see and hear, evaluate the evidence, and make informed decisions based on facts and reason. But here's the real challenge. How do we strike that balance between skepticism and wonder? How do we cultivate a discerning mind without losing that sense of awe and curiosity that makes life so rich? That's the question we're going to grapple with today. So join me as we explore the intricacies of critical thinking, the allure of the unexplained, and the power of finding wonder in the world around us. So how do we even begin to reconcile these seemingly opposing forces?
Yeah.
Skepticism and wonder. Well, Sagan suggests that maybe, just maybe, the key lies in recognizing that science itself is a profound source of wonder. We think about that. Think about it for a second. We can gaze up at the night sky and see starlight that's journeyed for billions of years, carrying with it stories of distant galaxies. We can peer through a microscope and witness the intricate dance of life unfolding at a cellular level. We can even delve into the mysteries of our own brains, exploring the very essence of consciousness. It's very mind-blowing stuff, wouldn't you say? But here's the thing. Our brains are also wired for pattern recognition, for seeking explanations, even when there's no clear answer. And it's this same instinct that helps us learn and adapt, but it can also lead us down some pretty strange paths. We see faces in clouds, hear voices in the wind, and find meaning in coincidences. It's almost like we're hardwired to connect the dots, even if those connections are sometimes more fiction than fact. And that's where the fantastical comes in.
Right.
Throughout history, humans have always sought explanations for the unknown. When faced with things we couldn't understand, we've invented myths, legends, and supernatural beings to fill the gaps. From ancient gods to modern-day conspiracy theories, we've always had a knack for weaving narratives that make sense of the world, even if those narratives aren't always grounded in reality. Now, Sagan argues that this tendency towards the fantastical isn't necessarily a bad thing. He actually suggests that it's a sign of our creativity and imagination. It's what allows us to dream up new possibilities, to push the boundaries of what we know, and to envision worlds beyond our own. But here's where that critical thinking muscle comes in again. While it's great to have an active imagination, we also need to be able to discern between fantasy and reality. We need to be able to ask ourselves, is this claim supported by evidence? Are there other more plausible explanations? Am I letting my own biases or desires cloud my judgment? So what does this all mean for us as we navigate this world of information overload and competing claims? Well, for starters, it means being aware of our own cognitive biases, right? We all have them. We tend to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs, and we're quick to dismiss anything that challenges them. And recognizing these biases is the first step towards overcoming them. It also means being willing to challenge our own assumptions. We need to be willing to ask tough questions, even if the answers make us uncomfortable. And most importantly, we need to be open to changing our minds when presented with new evidence. I know what you're thinking. This all sounds pretty serious. Where's the fun in all this skepticism? But here's the thing. Questioning the world around us doesn't have to be a dreary exercise. It can be incredibly exciting. When we approach the world with a skeptical yet curious mindset, we open ourselves up to a world of discovery and wonder.
We start to see the magic in the mundane. We appreciate the complexity of nature, the ingenuity of human invention, and the sheer vastness of the universe. And perhaps most importantly, we learn to embrace the unknown. Because, let's face it, there's still so much we don't know about the world. And that's okay. In fact, it's what makes life so fascinating. So how do we hold on to that sense of wonder while still being grounded in reality? How do we cultivate a healthy skepticism without becoming cynical or jaded? Well, that's where Sagan offers us a powerful tool, the scientific method. The scientific method, huh? I mean, I know it might sound kind of intimidating to some people, but it's really just a way of asking questions, testing ideas, and refining our understanding of the world, right? It's about being open to new evidence, even if it challenges what we already think we know. And it's about being willing to, to change our minds when we're presented with, really compelling arguments. Now, some people might say that science takes the mystery out of life, that it reduces everything to just cold, hard facts. But I think Sagan would disagree. I think he saw science as a way of actually enhancing our wonder, of revealing this kind of hidden beauty and complexity in the universe. What do you think? I mean, think about it. The scientific method has allowed us to do some incredible things. We've mapped the human genome. We've landed rovers on Mars. We've developed vaccines that have saved countless lives. We've done all of this by, embracing skepticism, questioning assumptions, and really rigorously testing our ideas. But science isn't just about making groundbreaking discoveries or, technological advancements. It's also about cultivating a sense of humility. It's about recognizing that we don't have all the answers, and that's okay. In fact, I think that's what keeps us curious, keeps us exploring, keeps us pushing the boundaries of what we know as humans. So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive into this world of skepticism and wonder, I want to leave you with this. Embrace your curiosity. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to challenge the status quo, to explore the things that we don't know yet. Cultivate that healthy skepticism, that discerning mind that allows you to kind of sift through all the noise and really find the truth. But never, ever lose that sense of awe and wonder that makes life so incredibly rich and fulfilling. So keep those mighty habits rolling. And until next time, keep exploring the universe with a skeptical mind and a wide-eyed sense of wonder.